Ben Jackson. Now, let's face it, we all like a bit of poetry, don't we? Now, whether it's trying to scribble down a love poem for your loved one or just sitting down and indulging in a good poetry book, well, the longest running spoken word night in the Midlands has been nominated for the prestigious Saboteur Award. Well, Word is unique in Leicester as a mainstream. It's open to all night, offering great entertainment, artistic quality, whilst also particularly focusing on health, well-being and excluded audiences as well. Well, Chairperson of Word, Lydia Towsley, joins me now. Very good morning to you, Lydia.
Hello there, nice to be here.
It's nice to see you again.
Yeah.
Lydia, tell me about Word.
Well, you've covered quite a lot of it there. Very ably done, brilliant man. We are the longest running poetry night in the Midlands. We've been going for just over, I was about to say a century and a half, but actually a decade and a half, about 16 years. We run at the Y Theatre on the first Tuesday of the month. We were initially set up by Apples and Snakes, the national organisation for performance poetry in the country, but we've been running for the last 10 years under a voluntary committee that I'm part of. And it's, as you say, it's open to all, but it's particularly inclusive. So we're partnered by the NHS locally, Leicestershire Partnership NHS Trust, because being creative is good for you. And we're also partnered by the Y Theatre, where we're based. And we've got other partners, our sister nights, Ping and Moonshine Word Jam, because there's a huge scene in Leicester of other nights too, and I could just go on. It would be a monologue. There's so much. I'm clearly very enthusiastic.
Which is, yeah, it's like infectious. It's great that. It's great to have a passion like you do, Lydia. But I mean, what does it mean to you? You know, Word is the longest running spoken word night, not just in Leicester,
No.
in the Midlands.
It's a huge thing. It dates me as well in terms of my involvement, of course. So I don't always mention it, you know, for obvious reasons. I've just got some new specs as well. You can't really see them on the radio. Can't see specs on the radio, but you know, I am getting on a bit too. Yeah, I mean that is enough. I mean to be old, you know, that's good, isn't it? That's a kind of that's a win. You know, we're the oldest straight away. That's an achievement. And to be, I mean, when we found out we'd be nominated for the award, we were shocked and elated, and then really fixated straight away on it and talking about ourselves, because we realised we don't really talk about ourselves enough. I think it's easy if you've been around doing the same thing, even in different ways and evolving and developing. It's easy to just think, oh, everyone knows about us and business as usual and carry on forward, and then to be picked out in this way, it was so exciting. But now we have an Instagram account. If nothing else, you know, that's a home run, isn't it?
What is this sorcerer? Yeah,
I don't know. We discovered it, so we've been letting everyone know about it. And Twitter. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Yeah, how can you get?
You might want to get an account.
We better get a little plug in there then. How people can follow you on Instagram and Twitter.
We've made it very easy because we're so good at it already. We've made the same tag, so it's @wordleicester on both things. Leicester spelt the street way, absolutely the cool way, Leicester, the local way. Yeah, Kasabian, that's right. We are almost personal friends, I'm sure. We're not really. I probably shouldn't say that for any legal issues that could arise. But I did see him once on Queen's Road buying a pint of milk. I don't know if I should mention that. Yeah.
I got a kiss off him at the Charity Shield.
I think that probably wins that one. Yeah.
And I got a photo of it as well.
I didn't know.
Knocked off the wedding photo and put that in.
I'm just going to move to Queen's Road in case he lives locally to there, and just see if I can spot him again and try for a kiss next time.
There's worse places to live, definitely in Leicester.
Nice
Lydia,
place.
you know, this poetry, the spoken word, it seems here in Leicester we've got an ever-growing and an incredibly successful literature.
Oh, it's wonderful. Yeah, I mean, we're very, very lucky in Leicester. When Word first set up 16 years ago, there wasn't really anything else. I mean, there was nothing. 10 years ago, when the committee took over, there was still nothing. And really, it's only been in the last 3 or so years that there's been this explosion of poetry and spoken word and literature. And now, on any given night, there's something happening. I think there are around 20 different things happening around poetry and literature each month. I mean, it's a huge list. I had to write them down in case I forgot any of them, in case you asked, because you never know. But I mean, then they're all doing different things. Some are devoted to rap and performance poetry more. Some are focused on different audiences, like LGBTQ audiences or women. Some are around sort of multi-art form things. I mean, the House of Earth, you go along there, you're just as likely to spot someone hula hooping brilliantly or doing magic as you are doing a poem, and that is wonderful. The cross-pollination of art forms. Anarchy, that's another one. Or anarchy, because they're anarchic. Must spell it differently.
It is, and like I say, joking aside, your passion, it is infectious. You know, it makes you want to get involved, Lydia.
Yes, thank you very much.
You know, it's incredible. You know, congratulations on being the longest running.
Yes.
Congratulations on being nominated for this prestigious award as well. It's a brilliant literature singing that we've got.
Yeah.
And you performed a little poem with some more details for us as well, haven't
Well, I have penned something. Yes, I do. Thank you for mentioning that. It's not that I mentioned it earlier to you before we went on air. No, I was inspired to write something. A kind of love poem to word, an invitation to audiences. So I'll go for it, shall I? Yeah.
you? Lydia, you crack on.
If you're football Premier League beginning to feel a little fatigued, we've got a sonnet for that. If your girlfriend's mailed a letter and your name's John, first name dearest, we've got the pentameter. If you're angry, blame the government. Take a stand, we've got the stanzas. If your life is feeling fine, if your heart is fixed with twine, if you're free on a Tuesday night, bring your husband, bring your wife, bring your dog if it's imaginary. There's a policy on children and animals. Come bearing gifts of iambic and verse. Come if you love, come if you yearn, come if you hate it, especially you. Roses are red, we've got the best tunes. Come on your own, come as you are. You bring the words, come if you want. We'll drop the mic. Cheers, boom. Hey.
Tell you what.
I would play the shave and the haircut on the ukulele if I had it with me, but I think if you just imagine that now, it